Many are asking, why won't our leaders take responsibility and deal with the tough problems? We want leaders who are brave enough to take on the real problems instead of tweaking old laws that bring little or no result. Now is the time for that style of governance to end. No person wants to live in a society where they feel exploited, where the rule of law is only applicable to the lower class. Intolerance and violence is a betrayal of the letter and spirit of democracy. Those who spew hate and incite provocation do not understand St. Maarten's values or even its present path to peace. A clear message must be sent that this island, our country, St. Maarten, is not a gangster's paradise. When we allow crime to go unpunished, we give consent to their occurring over and over again. Today, St. Maarten is viewed as a country where lawlessness is the order of the day. Illegal acts are as widespread and common as anything else, from our government offices to our homes. And if we're honest, far too many of us, conflict is a part of our life, as constant as the sun. St. Maarten's diversity should be a source of strength, not a cause for division. We're all God's people. We share common aspirations to live in peace and security, to have access to education and opportunity, to pass on a legacy of love to our children. This is our common humanity, and it must become a living testament that guides our behavior today. Whatever the problem, whatever the cause, whatever the reason, there is no place for violence in our society. We will not let this country be destroyed by those who embrace such old and destructive thoughts. While our economy is second to none in the region, education is vital to development. A sound education system is the bedrock of an enlightened society. It is the sacred duty of our educational systems to provide quality education, to inculcate the core values of love for country, compassion for all, tolerance for pluralism, respect for women, performance of duty, honesty in life, self-restraint in conduct, responsibility in action, and discipline in our young minds. Let us review our attitude to each other. Let us be considerate, caring, and respectful of each other. Politeness and patience must replace high expectancy and quick results. Honesty must triumph always. It is obedience to these simple truths and a deep respect for the Almighty that will curtail the unnecessary conflicts and eliminate the senseless killings that take place regularly on our land. It is our duty, my friends, to resolve to make tomorrow better than yesterday. It is the determination of this generation to continue to build a foundation for our children and their children upon which they can build further. Yes, the journey will seem formidable, but only to those without conviction. Today, as we celebrate this land, we are reminded that we are and have always been a resilient people whose ancestors chose to face insurmountable odds, yet they stayed the course and were ready to fight for what they believed was rightfully theirs. From this small group, we are given the desire to become what we have always dreamt to be. And it is from this strength, from this legacy of our ancestors, that we must now draw the courage not to cower, but to face adversity, knowing that we can rise, that we shall rise to protect and preserve this beautiful island. We have never been a people of fear, never a people who have feared the future, but always stepped boldly onto the path that leads us upward, onward, and forward. And with God's grace, we will do so once more. For like our ancestors, we too are called to live in this moment. And let us look forward with confidence and a great hope that St. Maarten will emerge progressive, peaceful, and prosperous, because we will stand firm in our determination to build the St. Maarten of our dreams, where good governance becomes the bridge to a brighter future for all.
Where over the world, say where, you find an island there, so lovely small, with nations free, with people French and Dutch, though talking English much, as the St. Maarten in the sea. Oh, sweet St. Maarten's land, so bright by beach and strand, with sailors on the sea and harbors free, where the chains of mountains green variously in sunlight sheen. Oh, I love that paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice. How pretty between our green flamboyance beaming gleam of flowers red by sunlight set, thy cows and sheep and goats in meadows or on roads, thy donkeys keen I can't forget. Oh, sweet St. Maarten's land, so bright by beach and strand, with sailors on the sea and harbors free, where the chains of mountains green variously in sunlight sheen. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice. St. Maarten, I love thy name, in which Columbus' fame and memories of old are closed. For me a great delight, thy Southern Cross the night.
November the 11th, 214, marks the 366th anniversary of the Treaty of Concordia. For 366 years, we as a people have been celebrating unity and friendship. The bonds that exist have brought us once again together to highlight and reflect on our current state of affairs. Prior to this day and after our celebrations are all over, we will go back to the daily hustle and bustle of our lives. That friendship and unity, however, amongst the people of the North and the South is very much alive and ever present in our daily lives. The family connections that exist, the friendships, the bonds that we have, they know no boundaries and they know no borders. This is what has kept us together for the past 366 years. This is a bond that cannot be broken by any nation outside of this island, for this is what will sustain us. It is the root and the foundation of our people today and the strength and the future of the generations of tomorrow. We have much to reflect on and much to be proud of as people of the North and the South. We have faced several challenges during the past weeks, having gone through Gonzalo and this weekend torrential rainfall which caused problems on both sides of the island. We are, however, a resilient people. We have bounced back again before, and we will do it again and again. On this St. Martin's Day, let us focus on celebrating the unity and the friendship we hold so true, and we look towards the future with great expectation that we will continue to work together in the interests of our people in order to further improve the quality of life for all who live on this beautiful land we call home, whether it be on the north or on the south. There is no place like this. There is no place like St. Martin.
It is a great pleasure that I stand before you to share this major event of our territory's cultural life, St. Martin's Day. For the last 66 years, both sides of the island have celebrated this event together. 66 years. It is a very long time in a span of a human life, but so little on an evolutionary scale of a planet. This period allowed so many transformations of our society. Some were desirable, others less, but still part of our history and the people who made it. 60 years that we, government of the northern and the southern sides, come together for the traditional laying of wreath and the symbolical border monument. Each of us has priorities and specific tasks, develop our respective status so that the laws that govern us could be adequate to our specificities.
I presume that I have double speaking time, and that being the case, I bring you greetings and best wishes on behalf of the Parliament of St. Martin. I do the same on behalf of the government of St. Martin. It could seem somewhat confusing. And not to add to that, why don't you give me the opportunity to speak to you as a native St. Martiner on this 66th celebration of St. Martin's Day. And I ask you, do we still have the fire in our belly for St. Martin, the entire island? Do we still recognize that governments, like the President, so adequately illustrated, and I'm sure that the Prefet will as well, continue to work on the formal means of cooperation? It is my belief that it is up to the people of St. Martin to ensure that what we enjoy today, and hopefully will continue to enjoy, will remain a fact as long as we live and for generations to come. But how could we expect of the young people of St. Martin that they carry on a legacy when we have failed to bring across that legacy and the pride that should go with it to our young people? How do we want them to remember the way we live when we don't remind them every occasion that we get of the way it used to be on St. Martin? How do we expect them to take up the battle against any adversaries of St. Martin when we don't explain and remind them how we have done that all along? How really in the hearts of the St. Martin people, the Treaty of Concordia is alive and kicking. It is we who need to bring this across to the young people. It is we who need to give thanks and continue to to talk about St. Martin the way it used to be. Today we accept and take for granted when others, regardless of who they are, talk about us St. Martin people in the most degrading way. And then we turn our head the other way and we wonder why they continue to do so. And in fact, that persons on St. Martin repeat what has been said. We hear indications, we get indications of proposals to close the border, and we just say, well, let it up to those who are saying it. And then you ask yourself, why I become preoccupied when even the indication or a notion that I would not be able to come to this side and pick up my birth certificate, you wonder why I become preoccupied? And you wonder why sometimes I react the way I do. And then they say, well, the St. Martin people are emotional people. Yes, we are. But we should be so for the right things. We should be so for this land that we call home. And that the very Treaty of Concordia indicates that when it comes to outsiders seeking to destroy that unity, we will stand together. Today, both sides of the island speak of the issues that we have with those who were our former colonizers. Well, you know, I am not going to talk about the cooperation that is happening here, because as Madame Aline already indicated, it is alive and kicking. It's a long and hard road, and yes, we spend hours together. So those who criticize St. Martin's Day as a day of just talk and talk, no, absolutely not. And so this afternoon, I too want to thank the President and her entire council, the Prefet and his cabinet, and all the technicians who work on a continuous basis to make sure that cooperation can find a formal basis. But you know, I think right now, it isn't about here on St. Martin. It is about putting up one front to those outside who are seeking to divide St. Martin, who are making it extremely difficult for us to survive as a nation, be it financially or any other manner or matter for that matter. And so today, as we celebrate this St. Martin's Day, let us tell each other and ourselves that it is up to us to save St. Martin. It is up to us to stand up together, because what happens over here, now let me put it the other way around, what happens over there affects over here, and what happens over here affects over there. St. Martin better realize that, and realize that it's up to us to keep this country together the way we would like it to be. Shall we overcome? I am sure that we will, because our legacy is a strong one. Our resilience is not something of this generation. It is of generations that have gone, and I hope it will be of generations to come, where our young people can stand up and boast of being a St. Martiner with pride and with a fire in their belly that it requires of people to really stand up for their country. Have a happy St. Martin's Day, St. Martin, Saint Martin. And remember, without a fire in your belly, we would not have the determination to stand up when it calls to stand up, to be the ones going when the going is rough. That is what determines a St. Martiner. Happy St. Martin's Day, and may God bless this gathering, this country, and all the people who reside here. Thank you. God bless St. Martin.
For we are laborers together with God. As a wise master builded, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. Unquote. Over many years, successive generations of our men and women have labored to build this island our home. As a result, we are the beneficiaries of a treasured, blessed, natural, cultural, and economic heritage. The challenge, the call to our generation is that we take heed, that we be mindful how we build to preserve our home. Like the generations that went before us, we face important challenges. Our challenges include social imbalances as reflected in too many of our people, and in particular, our youth being out of work. Political and community tensions in regards to the quality of governance. Unresolved and increasing debate about border issues. Chikungunya concerns, and the impact of Gonzalo and the recent flooding, to name a few. My fellow St. Martiners, my brothers and sisters, to preserve and continue building our home, we must take determinate action in regards to these and other challenges. I believe that it is crucial and trust that we, in our efforts to address these challenges, will be guided by certain fixed values embedded in the spirit of St. Martin Day. These values are devotion to St. Martin and unity of purpose. These are essential values for good governance and thus for the building of a brighter future for St. Martin. Our devotion to St. Martin dictates that in our conduct and actions we honor and respect our identity, our heritage, our home. It dictates that to preserve our home, we leave no stone unturned in tackling the challenges we face. It means that we may not rest while any one of our people is without work. That is because our devotion to St. Martin calls for us to protect and develop every person, every resource, to ensure their involvement and participation in making life safe, free, and just on our island. Devotion to St. Martin means that we may leave no stone unturned to promote integrity and good governance for our people. Devotion for St. Martin, by caring for our people and natural resources, is the fundamental commitment to the guarding of our home against the challenges we face. It is a central value that makes the protection and continued building of our home by us possible. My fellow St. Martiners, brothers and sisters, our individual and collective devotion to our island is strongest when coupled with our unity of purpose. For it is only through our unity of purpose that we can stand ready and unwavering in our defense of the common cause of our island, our home. Our belief in the unity of purpose of our island has a long, long tradition. It is a way of life. It is a value rooted in the DNA of our people. A value so profound that our traditions of unity was formalized in the Treaty of Concordia 366 years ago. A treaty that manifests, builds, and preserves the unity of purpose of our way of life. The declaration of November 11th as a national holiday on the entire island 66 years ago further underscored the importance of unity of purpose as a vital value of our people. This unity extends beyond those official documents and declarations. It is a unity lived every day through family ties, work relations, cultural identity, business relations, and shared challenges across our island. Thus, as we celebrate our 66th St. Maarten Day, I call on all to take heed of the values of our national holiday: devotion to St. Maarten and unity of purpose. It is a call to be mindful in the preservation and building of our island, our home. It is a call to each person, each home, each family, each neighborhood in the north and in the south and in the east and in the west of our island. I trust that all of us as builders of our home will heed this builder's call and embrace these values. For it is my hope that in addressing the challenges we face, that we will be known to all people by these values. For by their observance, our heritage, our inheritance, our sweet St. Maarten land, our home, will, through our devotion, continue to grow in unity, culturally, socially, and economically. For that is how we will continue to realize the vision of St. Maarten Day. It is in that spirit that I trust that you are enjoying our national holiday with family and friends, enjoying the privileges, embracing the values, and envisioning the potential of our sweet St. Maarten land. My fellow St. Martiners, my brothers and sisters, it is with this positive prospect for value-based governance, for a brighter future for our St. Maarten, that I hereby, on behalf of my wife, Marie-Louise, and myself, wish you, the people of St. Maarten, San Martin, a happy and safe day. Thank you, God bless you, and may God bless our beloved island, our home.